faithful Niner Empire. What's good? What's good? What's good? You know who it is. It's your boy, Jay in the Bay. Faithful Niner Empire. What's good? You know who it is. It's your boy, Jay in the Bay. It's always a pleasure to be in front of the best fans in the NFL, the faithful, the Niner Empire. Thank you all for being here for the next episode of What's Good with your host, yours truly, Jay in the Bay. If you haven't, make sure you subscribe to Jay in the Bay. Huge shout out to the 49ers Cutback crew. Make sure you subscribe to them as well. But, I feel like this is deja vu all over again. The 49ers have lost another game, 4 straight. I did not envision this for the team at the beginning of the season, but we got to move on. And our next opponent is the Chicago Bears. We have to fly down to the Windy City, Chi-Town, to take on the Chicago Bears. Last week, the Bears had a pretty terrible game. They went up against one of the best teams in the NFL, though, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I believe the Bears only put up about 3 points. So obviously, that was a future performance on their part. They are at home. They're going to be ready to play. But who are the Chicago Bears, and what do they do well? Well, the Chicago Bears, they're led by rookie quarterback Justin Fields. He's playing like a rookie, how I would expect. He's only completing about 57% of his passes. I believe he has 3 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, something like that. So he's playing like a rookie. That's what I would expect. But the Bears like to run the ball. That's for sure. I believe they have a top 5 rushing attack with David Montgomery and also another back whose name is escaping me right now. But they like to use 2 running backs. They both average about 4.5 yards per carry. So they definitely like to do that. As far as the passing game, it's one of the worst in the NFL. They're last in total yards on offense. They are last in passing yards. So I don't think we should be really concerned about Justin Fields and his arm at this point. We should just really focus on the Bears running game. And I think if we do that, we slow that down. I think we should be able to put this game away early. Also, the Bears have several injuries along their defense. They're obviously led by Roquan Smith and Khalil Mack. Those are 2 of the better defenders. Roquan Smith leads the team in tackles. But unfortunately for the Bears, Khalil Mack will be out of this game. I also saw that the big man in the middle, their defensive tackle, I believe his name is Akeem Hicks. He has a groin injury, so he's questionable to play. And also Robert Quinn, I just saw recently that he has COVID, so we'll see if he ends up playing. But if those 3 players can't play on the defensive front of the Bears, Mack, Hicks, and Quinn, that's big trouble. That's definitely a disadvantage for the Bears. They pride themselves on having a great pass rush. They actually lead the NFL in sacks. So it'll be interesting to see what happens on Sunday if Quinn and Hicks can play. If they can, I think the 49ers definitely will have issues along the offensive line. Akeem Hicks, he's a man. He's a man amongst boys when you see him out there on the defensive line. That's for sure. We're going to have our hands full regardless. But what the Bears like to do, like I said before, they like to run the ball. We have to stop that. And I think as for the 49ers, I know we're playing the Bears, but honestly, I feel like the opponent is ourselves. We just have to not make mistakes. Don't turn the ball over. Don't commit dumb penalties, and do what we do best, and that's run the ball. And I think we'll be fine in the Windy City. Let's get to Jay's 5 big things.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 big things.
All right. So first of 5 big things for Jay in the Bay, it'll be number 1, we have to reverse the trends. Unfortunately, in this 4-game losing streak, we've seen a lot of just poor execution, turnovers by the quarterback, Jimmy G, fumbles, interceptions, um, penalties. I haven't seen a secondary play this bad, and I don't think we're that bad. It's just when the ball goes up in the air, the secondary, the corners, they get scared. They want to hug the receiver. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I know our defensive back coach is not teaching them to do that. So we have to reverse the trends, penalties, the turnovers, and also third down conversion rate on offense. It's been terrible. Faithful's just been putrid. Um, Last game, we only converted 1 out of 11 opportunities on third down. You can't win games like that. You definitely can't win games like that. It's a recipe for a loss, that's for sure. So those are some of the trends we're going to have to reverse. Third down conversion, we have to do that against the Bears. That keeps our defense off the field. That allows us to move the ball down the field and score points, because that's what the offense has to do. So number one, play disciplined football, can't have penalties, don't turn the ball over. And also we got to get better on third down conversion rate. And the weather in Chi-Town is going to be picture perfect, 54 degrees, not too hot, not too cold. So there's no excuses for the weather. But that's number one, reverse the trends. Number two, got to get off to a hot start and play with the lead. I think with the Bears' issues on defense, they pride themselves, as I mentioned before, on having a great pass rush. I don't see why our offense should not be effective in this game. We should be able to have success. I think we should be able to score a few touchdowns. And the only way we can do that, we got to get off to a good start. And not only do we have to get off to a good start, we have to make sure we continue to play good as an offense. Last week, we looked good on the first drive, right? We need to continue that throughout the game and put this Chicago Bears team away early. They're not a very good team, at least offensively, and they have issues on defense, and I think the 49ers should be able to capitalize on that. Number three, we got to confuse the rook. Justin Fields, first year playing, he's struggling. He's only completing about 57% of his passes. He also turns the ball over. So I think it'll be interesting to see how DeMeco Ryans uses the defense this week. Will there be multiple blitzes? Will they have zone on one side of the defense, man on the other side? However way they want to do it, they need to confuse the rookie. I think we do need to blitz him, make him speed up his way of processing the defense, the blitz. And one thing that rookies say, the difference between college and the pros, the one thing they say is the speed of the game. And I think if DeMeco Ryans speeds up this game for Justin Fields, I think it'll benefit the 49ers defense. Blitz him, mix up coverages. It'll be interesting to see how DeMeco Ryans tries to confuse the rookie, because, hey, he's getting his first experience being a starting quarterback in the NFL. So far, it hasn't been too successful, and they're a struggling offense. And I think we can have our way with them, pressuring him with our front four. And I think we should be able to force a few turnovers in this game as well. Perfect the short passing game. Now, I had this in mind with the Bears defense, at least their front four being healthy, because, with Mack, Quinn, and Akeem Hicks, they can definitely get after the passer. And that's why I said this, because we need to, there won't be, let me put it like this, there won't be time for Jimmy in the pocket to have 5 to 7 step dropbacks as a quarterback. He's going to have to get rid of this ball quick. I want to see screens. I want to see reverses. I want to see the short passing game, quick slants, quick outs. We need to see that, and that will help the offensive line block for Jimmy. That'll keep Jimmy upright, because we won't have a lot of time to throw the ball. Let's be real. Even with their injuries, I don't know. Faithful, are you super excited? Are you super confident in the 49ers blocking ability? Because last week it wasn't too good. During this 4-game losing streak, it hasn't been great. So I think we need to do that. Perfect the short passing game, and of course, mix in a little bit of run. Slow down the run. So this is one thing that the Chicago Bears do very well on offense. They run the ball. This is definitely going to be a focal point of their offense, and this has to be the focal point of the 49ers defense. Stop the run, make them one-dimensional, the Chicago Bears offense. Make Justin Fields make throws. Make him make throws, make reads, make Justin Fields beat the 49ers defense, because that's definitely what they're going to rely on. And without Kinlaw being there, that's definitely going to make this even harder for the 49ers defense. It's unfortunate with Kinlaw. I don't know if he's opted out yet for season-ending knee surgery, but definitely unfortunate. Most likely he won't play this Sunday. So the other guys will have to step up. DJ Jones, Kentavious Street, Zach Kerr. But we definitely have to slow down the run game. And I think our best way of doing that, slowing down the run game and making Justin Fields and the offense one-dimensional, making them throw the ball exclusively. That'll bode well for the 49ers defense.
Fadeaway J.
All right, now it's time for the fadeaway J. So, like I said before, I feel like this game, obviously we're playing the Chicago Bears, but we're not playing the Chicago Bears. I feel like our opponent is ourselves. I think the last 4 games we've beaten ourselves. We haven't given ourselves the best opportunity to win. And that's shown by the turnovers, the penalties, the lack of effectiveness on third downs. Yes, the Bears are the opponent, but we have to give ourselves the best opportunity to win. And we can't beat ourselves. We cannot beat ourselves. It's so frustrating to watch. Can't beat ourselves with all these penalties in the secondary. And unfortunately, the book is out on how to beat the Niners. You guys are saying, what are you talking about, Jay? What do you mean? Well, it seems like, hey, just throw the ball deep and the 49ers corners are going to commit a penalty. So we have to stop that. It's so frustrating to watch with the penalties, with the turnovers. The weather, at least this Sunday, will be crystal clear. No rain, no snow. So there should be no excuses in that department. But I think the Niners should be able to win this game. And it's going to be an early kick, 10 a.m. Pacific time on the East Coast. So that will be a disadvantage for the 49ers. But I like our chances in this game. I think it will be a close game. But I like the Niners winning this game. I'm going to say 24-13 49ers. And it's fitting. Jimmy G's going back to Chicago. Obviously, he played the Chicago Bears, I believe, in 2017, and we got a win there. I believe it was in overtime. He threw a pass to Marquise Goodwin, but wow, that seems so long ago. But I like the Niners winning this game against the Chicago Bears. 49ers Cutback crew, subscribers, make sure you leave your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know, and the Cutback crew, who do you think has the advantage in this game and who do you think is going to win? But we have to end this losing streak, and it would be great to do it in Chicago because I don't know if you've seen the schedule. We have some tough games coming up. So 49ers, let's get this dub. I think we can do it. Play disciplined football, protect the ball, don't commit dumb penalties, and make the Chicago Bears offense one-dimensional. If we do that, we should be able to win this game. I got the Niners winning 24-13. So thanks for tuning in, and make sure you check out Jay in the Bay on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. I would appreciate that. Also check my IG, Twitter, TikTok. Follow me there. I would appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of What's Good with your host, Jay in the Bay. I will see you guys on the next episode, and enjoy the game on Sunday. See you in the next one.